Hello and welcome back to the Southern Sands, a desert where it's raining. Soon it will all be grass. Well, I guess it doesn't work like that. But yeah, we are supposedly now playing the most difficult park ever. I must admit, I didn't really notice it up till so far, but we had to do some setting up before we could even start building, do the infrastructure, set up some rides and stuff. And we've done all that, and we are currently living on the 11th of March. So it took us 11 days to set up benches, trash cans, you name it. Ooh, and you know what? We can remove this piece here. That will save us on handy dudes walking up and down for no reason. Good. Anyway, like I said, we are ready to build a few more rides to the park, other than the stuff we just have right now, which is of course good, but yeah, we need more, which is what we're gonna build. And I think we should start with the scrambler eggs. And as for like where we're gonna build, I think we should start from the entrance and then work our way towards where the rides are. And slowly but surely fill up the paths that we currently have existing here, and then worry later about filling up the areas where we cut off the path. So, having said that, I think we should start out there with the scrambler egg, and I don't really recall how many people can go on this ride, but I believe it's not that much. I believe it's like 6 times 3 is 18. So a 3 size queue is enough, and we'll just work this like straight from the edge here, and then we'll do a shared exit strategy. So that will save on on staff. So that's why we built the exit over here, and it will basically go around here and then connect, so we can do multiple rides. Sounds like a smart plan, doesn't it? So, there, $5. And yeah, what we're probably gonna have here is like a lot of pausing and unpausing and pausing. Because we have only 4 years, I know, but 2,300 guests is anything but a small amount, so. Oh, and we also went with the wooden supports, right? So let's get the queue sorted. And you know what? Let's do different types of exit paths. I think, different style of exit paths. I think that's cool. Let's go with these tiles for the exit. That is after the queue. And then there. Done. That's the way how I wanted to set it up. Well, not exactly, but that's the way we're gonna set it up. So, and then probably like that. And this is actually good, because this gives me an opportunity to place down some scenery right here, which will boost the ratings of this ride and also make it look nice. So that's a win-win. Which will mean we need a handy dude over here in this area to keep this clean, basically. But like I said, at the start we won't cover everything with handy dudes, so that's also not the thing we're gonna do right now. And I also feel like just a one mechanic should cover it. Yeah, you got this ride repaired. So for the time being, we'll go with one mechanic, but once we get like a few more rides, he will probably be too much occupied, and then we need to get an extra one. But anyway, now that we've set this up, we shall name this. Why don't we call it Sand Devil? There, nice. Liking it so far. As for the colors, of course we will not go with plain, because we have seen that the canvas tent is a thing here, which is also going to be a thing for the rest of our park, Well, actually, that's not entirely true, because we have like a mine theme here for the wooden one, and we have like jungle for this. So maybe we can go with like Roman? No. It looks cool, but well, you know what? Let's go with a Roman. It looks cool, but at the same time, I'm a little bit like, is it really that cool? Yes, Sand Devil. Okay. Having done that, what we need to do is set up a no entry sign here. And then get benches down. And then also, what are we gonna place down in terms of scenery? I want it to be cheap, and I don't want to have it have maintenance. Well, actually, this is cheap. This does require maintenance, but I'm kind of okay with that, you know? So let's go with something like this. There. Done. Nothing fancy, really. Alright, so the Sand Devil is a fact, and what we need to do right now is get a gentle ride in the park, because a transport ride doesn't count all by itself. Now let's go with the Ferris wheel. What we can do nicely with that is if we place it over here, and then do like an exit here, we then have options for like a future ride like over here. It has a queue all the way to the side of it. That would be perhaps something like this cinema, for example. Because that, I believe, can hold like 30 guests or something. Which would be like the good queue size. Yeah, but we probably want to do that. Alright. Let's get the Ferris wheel out here. And there. Done. Then we want entrance exit. And this is not gonna stay in the Roman style. We're gonna go with the canvas tent. What? No, this looks terrible. And this is actually also okay. Maybe we won't do that. Maybe we go with plain. Yeah, let's do plain for here. Because I kind of like the black supports. Shall we continue with the black or the black, yellow? Maybe this. Maybe just a white center. Yeah, this looks really good. This is how we're gonna have it with, of course, the you know, guys, why don't we go with 8 rotations, huh? That's crazy. That's never gonna be a success. Basically, they could have just left out the option for how many rotations you have for this ride, because in reality, you always want 1. Are we gonna do forward? Yeah, let's do forward. So let's open it up, and then all we need really is this, and done. Nice. We will call this I say we call this sand view. No. Why don't we call this dune view? Yes, dune view. I mean, there are a few sand dunes here and there, right? I mean, like here's one and here's one, so it's definitely an applicable name. Having this out here, shall we just go and go bonkers straight away and also get this right down? Because in theory, we're just able to place this like here and then connect it with like an exit here. So we have like 3 exits on one ride. I'm not sure if that's a great idea though. Yeah, I would also love to have like the ship right next to it. At the same time, now that we still have money, maybe it would be even more clever if we built like a coaster here. That would probably be like the more clever thing to do. Let's do the clever thing, because this park is difficult, or so I've been told. So let's do the more clever thing and start with the steel mini coaster. And maybe if we play our cards right, we can do a dual coaster, you know, one that is like paired up. Not like a Moby design, because, well, after the last park, you know, where I tried it for the first time, I feel like we might want to try that again in an easy park. Not one that is insanely difficult. Or so I've been told. Yeah, so let's just plan this out a little bit. I think if we build the station like the end of the station here, and then go with only one train and make it relatively short. If we then go with one train, it will never crash. So that's a big thing, you know, because if we have crashes, we lose guests. That's gonna be like a major setback. I think without crashes, we're gonna have like the safest award in the park, or the safest park in the country award. And we will also have higher ratings. So then we would also be able to get away with like a relatively short station. I think this is like, and then somewhere till over here. That's probably good enough. Yeah, that seems good enough. Right. Okay. If we do that, then let's get that sorted. I forgot a thing, guys. I forgot a thing. Yeah, and by the way, this is gonna have the music, of course, and not the stupid Ferris wheel. Well, how would the jungle drum style be? Okay, let's not do that. Let's go with Jurassic. How does that sound? Okay, let's also not go with Jurassic. You know what? Let's just go with jungle drum style. I think that's that's you know, a bit out of the ordinary, but it's gonna this park isn't gonna be a beauty anyway. So good. Knowing this, let's get this show on the road. This will probably be enough for the max. Yeah, it will be. Would we be able to get away with like one less? Yes, we are. That's good, because like I said, I don't need a long station for this. Now, here's the plan, because you might think like, wait, you want to dual this one up, huh, you say? Yes, I want that, and I think we will be able to if we go with an exit that goes underground and connects up here. All we would need to do is just extend the walkways of our handy dude. And what we will do with like the queue lines is, because this isn't really opened, and like, you know, from here all the way till here is like a big no. So we'll have two connect up there. Seems like a pretty bold plan, don't you think? I am, however, going to think of this. We should be able to pull off the extra exit path with just the 3 path tiles here. But we would need to change this up. There. Right, okay. Now I think we got it covered. So now we can easily manage what we need to do here. We'll worry about the styling of this later. And I just expect loads of guests to already come into the park because of our awesome rides that we're just cranking out like crazy. Now, as for like this coaster, this is not gonna be like a real big one. So if we were to decide where it goes, probably interfere a little bit over here, because we can't really build much here anyway. So we might as well try and do a little bit of shenanigans with the coaster there, right? And then this. Now, mind you, we need to keep an eye out on our pace as well. And I feel like what we should do is try and get this one to go into the underground too, so that we have like, we can just get back by going underground and then just resurfacing up here. So I don't feel like we should really go that high. But at the same time, we kind of do need to make sure that we actually make it, you know, wherever we go, basically. So if we were to do like an S-bend, come on, game. Time is scarce here. And this looks rather nice. And then, if we were to... And then... Wow, hear the jungle music, by the way. It's a bit odd, isn't it? And look, this is totally how we're gonna do this. And then we're just gonna go... Hold on a second. I did not really take into account that we have the... this line over here, because that might be a challenge, coming to think of it, because we don't really have that much height. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. This is gonna be in the way. So basically what we cannot do is the well, return route that I just envisioned. In that case. Okay. How are we gonna do this then? Because we probably... Well, it doesn't need to be that much of an issue. If we are able to move ourselves up again over here, and then with a curve, and then go round, and then go back. Is that doable? Because we would need to approach this from like height 2. And then we don't really have much room to get away from over here. So that whole plan, we can also can, basically. Right, I think then, in that case, we wasted like $40 here with the terrain that we uglified. And for the rest, we need to remove this. Or we leave this and resurface over here, get up, and then just loop around. I mean, the question is, of course, is this at the border of the park? It seems like it isn't. It seems like this is like one tile off, like over here. This is where, yeah, you know, this monorail is. So in theory, we would be able to position ourselves all the way out here. Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna work out. So instead, we're gonna go with the plan I just said. So that means this. And then we can go up a little bit to make it more easy, I guess, for any future returning tracks that we want. No, that does not make it more easy. We can go straight though, and then do that. Okay, I'm not gonna claim that this is like a really great coaster or anything, but it's cheap and it's cost effective. Does that count? Also, we're gonna go with log cars. We're gonna set this to $5. I think we can get away with like the $5 once we synchronize it, and for the start we can definitely get away with the $5. And to make this more easy on ourselves, I'm gonna switch this over one. Or are we not? No, we're gonna switch it over to over here, probably. Yeah, that seems more clever. You know, I wanted like another ride here, but I might have made that a little bit impossible, so we might as well utilize this and leave this open for a future ride. So that's what we'll do. It's a nice compact coaster though, it doesn't take up too much space, so I like that. And then there, nice. It doesn't have ratings, so I think it would be for the best if we do this and then open it back up again. So we will get ratings as soon as possible. Then what we need is, ooh, you know what I haven't really thought about? The returning of this coaster is basically, now I believe it has to be like, or no, you can't. We can't go up with like 2 and then drop from, you know, with like a curve in there. So basically, what we have to do is the small curve, and then get up, or just curve it around small all around, and then see how we do it. But you know, this is basically for the second coaster. This has been determined. So I say that we call this one. From dust till sand, rather than from dusk till dawn. From dust till sand. I like it. Also, as for the coloring, we said we would keep it a little bit more desert style, didn't we? So I intend to stick to that, but it doesn't mean like we can go a little bit bonkers, don't you think? Definitely seems a little bit more bonkers. Wow. Maybe this is better, you know, because the white, it looks better, but if we go with a little bit more desert style, maybe this is better. So, from dusk till sand. Look, that's already a coaster. And I think that because we start to crank out the rides right now, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to get our first extra mechanic. And because this coaster cannot crash, should we do like a loose walking mechanic? Or because it has a shared exit, maybe it's more clever to have this mechanic cover this one exit. Well, that's actually not a bad idea. And if we then make sure that we have it like all the way till over here, we can then have the path. Oh, hold on a second. I said I had this plan about the path, right? That's also not gonna work if we have the tracks of the monorail interfering here. They might not have to, but there's a good chance that they will. And also, this should work down here, but this is gonna be tight. We might also have to go above. That's not a problem though, you know, going above or below, but I'd rather go... Would I rather go below? Or would I rather go above? I think going below is more expensive because of the terraforming. So that's settled then, huh? I guess. Yeah, that's settled. We will not go below the path. We will go above it. So with that decision made, let's get our other coaster right next to here. Like I said, you know, this park is all about getting the targets, and therefore everything is allowed. At least within reasons. I'm not gonna buy gas or do like stupid shuttle loop thingies. But everything else is allowed, basically. Now, you do make this, right? Yeah, we have the lifting piece here, so that's not gonna be an issue. And then down. gonna be a little bit slow paced. It's probably only gonna be like a 5 in the ratings. It's alright. It's alright. And then custom design. Oh, you know what we totally forgot, by the way, over here? And we definitely need canvas and I don't know about this. Does this look good? I have my doubts. Alright, well, it is what it is. We're definitely gonna have this. So, yeah, then there's that, you know, to consider. Oh, what an ugliness. I mean, pink and yellow, you know, it looks good on the tracks, but then when you have, like, the tents like that, I don't know. Anyway, let's get this sorted first here. And now, what I had in mind, okay, so that will work over here. It's gonna be a bit too long for a queue, but because this is a short coaster, and this other one is also gonna be a short coaster, I think we'll be okay with the queue time. So, basically, yeah, we need to be going 2 out, down, and then all the way to there. That's how that's almost as longer than hooking it up over here. If we were to do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times 5. That's like 50 thingies. And how many can we fit in a car? 2 passengers per car, 20. So that's like three times the 3 holes basically. And if it's like one, it's doable. Kinda don't really feel like connecting something up over here. I wanna keep stuff concentrated at the start for right now, and then focus on adding stuff here later. We also need to keep in mind that we need a little bit of space, like in between these paths here, to hook up shops and stalls for the future. Like a toilet, for example, here would not be a bad thing to have in the future. Yeah, we definitely need to keep that in mind. Right. So, with this is a given. And then from over here, it's basically anybody's game. Good. That would be cool if we were able to do that, right? But we're not. Can I go flat and lift it? Yeah, I can. This is interesting. Where are we gonna come out? Right, okay, so this is an interesting way to get away from over here. I feel like what we should try and do is maybe curve it around. Because this area over here, I don't really feel like we will be able to build much there anyway. Curve it around. And then... wait. We need to be careful here, because this is where the path is gonna go. So, if that's the case, maybe I would be very clever. And I would hook up, like, the queue first here. I think I am clever enough for that. Look, see, and I totally kept one space here for a future toilet. See, I keep my words. Would have been probably, I don't know. We'll see. It's a quite a long queue line, I'll have to admit. But I guess it will work. And then for the other one, we basically have to go above it. So... Look, wow, we already get an award here. That's very good. Wow, we're gonna have quite a few guests coming into the park already. And what's there to do, right? Not much. We only have like a couple of coasters. So, yeah. We definitely need to just crank out them rides. That's basically what it comes down to. However, as for this one, height 11, height 8. Nice. So we can even do like a helix down large. And then... Are we gonna go like around here? I feel like we should. So that means that we're definitely gonna try this. Nice. Okay, so there we run into the exit. However, is there something we can do about that? Probably. Let's see if we are able to go up here. And then, yes, nice. Okay, then we do run into our own track. So basically, I wanted to go below this bit, but that's not gonna happen. So what we need to do is get above this and then also fill up this terrain. And I don't really want to do that. But we can't go here because of steep tracks. So because of this entrance, we're kind of forced to go above and then also just fill up this here. We'll probably build something like a ship or something over here then, you know, or a tracked ride that can go below all this stuff. Because basically what I want to do is I want to go right alongside our initial lift hill and then basically do like the same loop here that this coaster does, but then in reverse, because this one comes from here and we are gonna attack it like this. And maybe also do like, you know, go up here a little, you know, maybe cross below and then up, something like that, you know, something fancy. We'll see. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. So that means that we basically need this to go up one more. And then we can go down. Does that lead to anywhere? Because I have a feeling, yeah, that would lead into our own tracks. But it does almost seem like we do have the room for an S-bend in there. Yeah, we do. That's kind of essential, I feel. Nice. Right, now, in theory, if we S-bend it again, it's gonna bolts. You know what we know what we did not really do all that clever. Excuse me. The height of this track. It's not really done all that clever. What we can do though, rather than having this drop mellow, try and go above the path. By the way, why exactly are we going above the path? We can just easily remove this path as it's not really doing anything other than being in the way. Nice. Now this all of a sudden opens up like a world of possibilities again, so... Very nice. Ooh, and I see that our mobile handy dude has his first job As if he knew it. Look, as if he knew it. Oh, how good is that, huh? He's there because he has like a sixth sense for it. And for the rest, it seems like our whole park is basically vomit free. Ah, no, well, there is this one speck there. We'll take care of that shortly. Anyway, so now that the path is gone, I think it would be cool to have this one then go like a little bit more different and have this be like a steep drop. And then this is also its underground section. Balls. Okay, so that's not gonna work out because of some stupid monorail that I did not take into account. However, this coaster has the flexibility to just do this. Look, and now we fixed our own problem, right? We might experience like a few hefty G's over there, but I think in the end that will only be for the better. Right. Also, this coaster probably has its ratings. Look, it's not even that bad. it's almost a 6 in the ratings, right? And the whole queue is almost like jam-packed already. Yeah. These two coasters, they're basically gonna guarantee our financial success. Now, I think what we want here is an S-bend piece. And then this. That is kind of what we want, don't we? I hope that in terms of speed, and this doesn't make it too extreme, as we come from height 18 and we don't really have brakes anywhere. That might be an issue, coming to think of it. I've not really taken that into account. Do we need to, though? That's the question. We'll see. We will see. Do we have... How much room do we have? Yeah, we are pretty... I think we can safely change this one. Yeah, okay. Good. In that case, I think it would not be a bad idea to do change the layout a little bit and get like one brake in, so we don't go quicker than 45. Oh. Okay, so the brakes are not an option unless... Unless we do this. And then we can do like a whole different thing even. Because then all of a sudden a banked curve is an option. And this is what we need to have. Right, okay, so we wasted all our money on terraforming, but that happens occasionally every now and then. Oh, bolt. And then kind of also do not really want this S-bend as close as it is right now, so let's have this be one further out and then like that. Yes, perfect. Okay, so now we are in business again and we finally got ourselves the ride that we wanted. And then basically what we're going to do is we're just going to curve it and then have it go back to the station exit like straight away. So need like a couple of grants here to get that sorted. Yeah, and then we're not even going to do anything fancy at all. It's just gonna be like back to the station in a beeline, basically. And we want to be at height 9, but not above the path for that. So if we are gonna go back to the station, I feel like this, curving it, and then going up, and then curve it again, and then basically arrive here and descend. That will probably be the thing. So okay, yeah, that's not gonna work out. And then we can already have this be like a down large. You've got to be kidding me. This lines up exactly? No way! It does! Nice! Hold on. Guys, we have like our second coaster in here already. We just started the park and we have 2 coasters and like thrill and like gentle rides. All I can say is this is gonna be like a real good one. Oh crap. Let's close it. Go with the log cars. And then basically go for like a test ride. And then open it up. So we just... I don't even know if this thing will be any good. It might be way too extreme. But look, we built it in 6 minutes. And that was with a lot of umming and erring. And like, yeah, I don't know. How are we gonna do this? The bad thing is, this ride doesn't have any underground sections. And I feel like it does need that to be successful. And we have room to get into. So that's what we should do. There. And let's just leave that like that. This is purely for the ratings. Serves no other purpose at all. Oh, that man. This is kind of silly what we're doing here, really. But it will very probably be ultra effective. Especially if we do that. So, yeah, this will greatly boost the ratings, I'm sure of it. Now then, this is all done for. What we need is a name. And why don't we call this one... yeah. Maybe we shall call this the small Figier. That's always a thing, like the Grand Figier. Well, we have the small Figier. Or Vizier, or whatever you call it, you know, I don't even know. But it's like one of those cartoon things, right? Or story things, I guess. Like the old Egyptian style cartoons, you know, where you have like a Grand Vizier. I don't even know if that's true. I might be completely making that up. Who knows? And then with the green and the white, yeah, that looks good. Well then, guys, ooh, I did forgot that, and also to have the handy dude also just take that one. Right. Well, guys, I think we got the basics of this park pretty much down. And look just at the scores of guests coming into this park. They all want to be here, you know. We're gonna have like great coverage of guests in the whole park in like no time. Also, would you be so kind to clean that up? And then afterwards, get again over there. You know, just saying, you know, would be nice to keep it clean. But yeah, guys, I think so far so good. You know, we have a good start at the park. It's only what is it? 19th of April. So we're a month in and we've built 4 rides. And we've doubled our guest count. If we can continue that trend, I'm pretty sure that we will have this park done in no time. But we're gonna find out if we can continue it next time when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.